If he could do it,
This isn't a movie.
he believed in himself. And you can't tell.
Oh man, you gonna put it on me like that?
Yo, good day guys, hope you all are doing good guys. So guys, before you even get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can actually get notified once I upload videos like this again guys. So guys, in today's video we're going to be doing a full market breakdown, which means we're going to be analyzing everything. I haven't been dropping a video for you guys, and then I'm just coming back with this one guys. So make sure you stick up until the end of the video to see what I'm actually seeing in the upcoming time for all of the pairs that we've been analyzing guys. So guys, before we get into analyzing, I just wanted to talk about psychology for a minute. Still cooking guys, still making some food. So we're gonna talk about psychology for just a couple of minutes guys, right? So as we all know guys, this trading thing is actually 90% mental. So everything that you're doing to trading, just know that it's always 90% mental. You can have the best strategy, but if you're not okay mentally, or if you're not fit mentally to actually be a trader, it's going to be hard for you to become profitable guys, right? Most of you guys have been asking me how long did it take for you to actually become profitable. So it's not a matter of time guys, it's just a matter of where your head is. So if you put your head into the game and not outside the game, you are just going to be profitable in a matter of a small short period of time, right? So I just feel like don't have that mindset where you tell yourself that okay, just because somebody made it in 3 years, it means I'm also going to be making it in that 3 years. You don't know what that person went through in the 3 years, right? So as all know, trading is going to break everybody who's a trader. So if you're a trader right now, just know that this thing is just going to break you spiritually. Like it's going to break you spiritually and mentally. So you must be ready to be broken, basically. I know there's not something to tell people, but that's just the mere fact of it, right? You have to become a different person in order for you to actually become a profitable trader. You have to think like a trader, you have to live like a trader, you have to act like a trader, right? You can't be a trader in the market and in real life you're just somebody else. You must be a trader in everything that you do, right? You must think like somebody who is a trader, right? Meaning you have to know how to manage your money like a trader. You have to know everything. Okay, the lifestyle always comes after. That's one thing I always tell my friends. The lifestyle will always come after. Now the only thing that you must focus on is how am I getting to that lifestyle, right? You cannot withdraw 100k and then spend 80,000 and then you're left with 20,000. That's not like, I just feel like you still need to be like, you need to be tutored to a higher extent, right? That I can do, right? But one thing I can tell you guys is that trading is actually 90% mental. Okay, so you must, when you say mental, right, I mean you must trade. You must like trade without fear. You must trade without greed. You must trade without panicking. You must like guys, you must just be, you must not be lazy. You must not have anxiety while trading. You must not be stubborn, right? So most people, you run after trades literally every day. That's one mistake. I was also in that category of people. I used to run after trades on a daily basis. Like I want to make money literally every day. That thing in a way breaks you as a person, right? Yeah, like you're losing money every day, even though you're making money in some days. But if you're checking your win ratio, you see that okay, my win ratio is not actually aligning with my losing ratio, right? You have to have more wins than losses. That's one thing you should know. Just because you made more money after losing a small amount of money, after let's say you lose 5 trades and then make 1 win that covers all of that 5 trades, I just feel like you're not profitable enough. You need to win 4 times and only lose 1 trade, right? That's just how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel. So that is just, yeah, that's just one thing you guys need to learn, right? And then one thing you should avoid is actually revenge trading, guys. If you are a revenge trader, I just feel like revenge trading is so stupid in a way, because the market will always move in the next day. So if you lost a trade today, just rest for that particular day, wait for the next setup, and then that is it, right? What happened before, guys? If you lose your money now, don't ever think that the money that you have that you're going to find in the market is going to bring back your money. Never think like that. You must think, okay, I lost this trade today. What am I going to do in the next day? Will there be another opportunity that is going to be presented, same as this one, and then I make money from it, right? But you must not go in there with the mentality of I want my money back, because that was not your money in the first place. Once you start funding into a specific broker, you must just know that the money that you funded in that specific broker is the broker's money now. It's only yours when it's in your bank account. That is the only reason, right? And the money that you're going to use for revenge trading, that is your money. You're going to take out your money and give it to the market again, and then you're going to lose that other one. And then the next thing is FX is a scam, right? The strategy is not working. All of those thoughts will just come to you guys, okay? But yeah, guys, nonetheless, let's just go do the analysis. Let me just quickly finish here, guys. Okay, we're just going to be analyzing literally everything and seeing what we are seeing in the upcoming weeks, guys. Okay, thank you, guys. So guys, as I've said in this video, we're just gonna be doing a quick market update. So guys, remember in my previous video I told you all that we are going to be mainly focusing on this specific resistance on our indices. After we break our last highest point, that is the resistance that we're going to be focusing on, right? The only thing we're looking for is a break and a retest, and as I remember from my previous video, there was no break, right? So currently we have that break, we even had that retest, so I couldn't enter here because I got delayed on the entry and I couldn't see any confirmation for me to actually take those beautiful buys. But as you can see, we had that rejection and then continued with some buys. So we're just going to be reanalyzing this and seeing if we can actually get any entry from that, guys, right? So let me just remove everything. Okay, so nothing changes, guys. We're still going to be reanalyzing from our highest time frame, even though the market is in new highs, right? Because we want to know the overall structure of the market, which is very, very important for us to actually know, right? So as you can see, there's just our full market here. We're still identifying our current low and also our current highest point, which is currently is that where we have a rejection up there. Okay, let me place it nice. Okay, beautiful, right? So we have our beautiful highest point and our beautiful lowest point at that point. Then after identifying your high and your low, you're just going to be identifying your reversal point. So I'm not going to be identifying a lot of zones, mainly because the market is currently in new high. So I'm just going to identify the high impacting ones, right? So this is the zone that I was talking about. The previous resistance actually broke and retested, meaning we have a current support at that specific point, and then there is our current resistance on our current market, right? So as we have we already know that if the market hits our support, we're going to buy to resistance. If the market hits our resistance, we're going to sell to support. Also in that current market, if we get any form of a double top, we might actually take our beautiful sales up to that lowest point, but the market will tell us what to do as we go on, right? And then after that, you're just going to identify your overall market, which is just that beautiful trend there. That is how our overall market is moving. We are still in this beautiful uptrend. We have our first touch and our second touch. The only thing that is short is our third touch in order for us to actually consider the 90%. Hopefully, guys, you haven't forgot the 90%, because even now, guys, I'm still losing the 90% to trade the market. Okay, which is what we're going to be talking about before the video ends, what I have been doing since I was not dropping videos for you guys. Okay, so beautiful. So remember, currently what are we focusing on? We're just focusing on the specific low and that specific high. This specific low here and that specific high there, right? So let's just go into smaller time frames and see what the market is doing on those 2 points, right? Then let me just zoom into the current market like that. Okay, so as you guys can see, we actually had a what? We actually had a very, very beautiful break and a retest on that specific zone there. Let me just identify it nicely. Okay, beautiful. Okay, nice, guys, right? So as you can see, you actually had a very, very beautiful market play out there, but I just felt like the confirmation was not good enough for me. As you can see, we had 2 candlesticks that actually rejected to the bottom, so I just thought the market wanted to break that specific point, but at the end of the day, the market actually gave us some buys. But let's just see what is happening on the current market, right? We're having another very, very beautiful support at this point. Remember, what is your support area? Your support area is your last lowest point where falling price stopped falling and then started rising. So we had a falling price here, stopped falling, and then started rising, meaning we have another support area at that specific point. Okay, then after that, I'm just gonna identify my more zones on that market. As you can see, we're having very, very beautiful zones. Very, very beautiful zones. And some of you guys might actually say we had a double bottom at this specific point. First rejection, second rejection, but I just feel like the second rejection entry was not valid for me, guys. I wanted more confirmations regarding these buys, but we will get those confirmations. Okay, then also if you can check on that current market, you're actually hitting a very, very beautiful zone so that we can actually take our beautiful buys. I'm not sure if you guys can see there, but as you can see, we're having a very, very beautiful zone at that specific point. So if the market hits that point, then we get more confirmations, we are going to be taking buys. Remember, buys are the only things that we are actually focusing on, right? We're mainly focusing on those beautiful buys up to our highest points there. Okay, then if you check from our support, we can say this is our current uptrend. We are currently in a very, very beautiful uptrend. We only have our first touch and our second touch. The only thing that is short is our third touch in order for us to actually consider the sells going to the bottom, guys. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so now we are currently interested in what's going to happen on that current zone. Let's just go into smaller time frames and see what is happening on those time frames, right? But as I've said, guys, this resistance is our current highest point resistance. So if we're going to be getting any form of a double top there on our highest time frame or in our smaller time frames, we might actually consider taking buys up to that specific low, which is this support here. Okay, I'm not sure if the market is going to break back into its old lows, but hopefully it doesn't, guys, and we continue with our buys, right? But if the market comes back here, I wouldn't be surprised. I would actually consider taking those sells. Okay, but let's just see what the current market is telling us. Okay, let me just reset this. Okay, right, remember, currently we are focusing on this specific zone. I'm seeing some sort of a rejection on that specific zone, but I just feel like that is our point of interest where we can actually get our beautiful buys back to our resistance level, which is that one, right, where we can actually get an opportunity to sell. Okay, and there's some sort of a trend. I'm not sure if that is a valid trend, but let's just see. There is some sort of a trend at that specific point. We'll just see as we scale down into smaller time frames if that trend is valid or not. Okay, I'm seeing some sort of a downtrend there. The market is currently rejecting on this specific zone, so we might actually get some buys, guys. Let's just wait for those confirmations. Once we get the confirmations, we take our beautiful buys to our highest point. Okay, I'm gonna come back and identify those zones, but I just want to see what the smaller time frame is saying about the trend. Okay, as far as I can see, we can actually say this is a valid trend. Okay, so this uptrend here, we don't really need it, but I'm not sure if you all can see that. We can actually say that is our valid trend. Okay, we had a breakout, we had a retest, and then the market is currently on a zone. So basically, we might actually be looking for those beautiful buys to the highest point, and we also hit that specific low there, which is a zone of confluence. We've been having a lot of rejections on that specific zone there, right? So we might actually be considering taking buys up to the highest point. Okay, and then this is the reason why the market rejected on that place. We're having a specific zone there. Okay, but we do know that at the end of the day, the market is going to be going to complete that specific 90% at that highest point. Okay, so we're just going to be waiting for the market to actually come back and hit there, give us a double bottom, then we're going to be taking our buys up to the highest point there. Okay, then our stop loss will just be under the specific zone, knowing if the market is going to break where it rejected there. We are no longer going to be looking for any buys, but we are going to be looking for those beautiful sells. Okay, so if the market breaks that small onion points, we know we're going to be looking for sells, and the sells are also valid. So we'll just see as the market moves, which confirmation do we have and which direction are we taking. Okay, hopefully you guys are following through. Okay, so now let's just go attack NASDAQ. Let's just see what NASDAQ has for us, guys. Okay, guys, this is our NASDAQ market, as you can see, right? So I'm just going to be mainly focusing on what happened after we broke the specific highest point, which is the one that we're actually mainly focusing on, right? So if you check at this specific point, we had a very, very beautiful resistance. Was actually expecting a retest there, but the retest happened on that specific zone. But let's just analyze the market and see what the market wants to do. Okay, so as you all know, we're still going to be starting in our highest time frame. We're still going to be identifying our current low and our current highest point, right? Remember guys, we have rules of analyzing. Just because the market is in higher, it's in new highs, doesn't mean we have to use those rules that we used to use to analyze, guys. Okay, so we're going to be identifying our current highest and our current lowest point. Okay, then after identifying your highest and your lowest point, you're going to be identifying your zones, which are just your reversal points. So wherever you're seeing the market touching and changing direction, we are going to be identifying those points as your zones, guys. Okay, then beautiful. Okay, on this one, guys, I just want to see how the market has been moving. On the previous analysis for USD30, we didn't identify so many zones, guys. Okay, but here I just wanted to see how the market is actually moving. Okay, and fairly the market has been moving very good. Okay, then after identifying that, you're just going to be identifying your overall trend, which is our beautiful uptrend there. Then also the top part, which is like that. Also here we're just having two touches, so until we get our third touch, we are not going to say the market is going to be completing that specific 90% at that specific lowest point. Okay, I just feel like, guys, it's very important for you guys to actually know this 90% thing, guys, because it's very important. Even in lower time frames, the 90% works the same, guys. Okay, it's not really different. Okay, let's just go into our smaller time frame, then see what happened to Nasdaq, guys. Okay, let me just refresh it there. Okay, so remember, we're mainly focusing on which zone? Focusing on the specific previous resistance, which is this one. Hoping that the market is going to create a support level from this resistance, but as you can see, the market just started pushing, meaning we're just going to look for another support, which is just this one, guys. Okay, which is our last lowest point on that current market. And then we're having some beautiful couple of zones there, which can actually benefit us. Okay, then currently we can actually look for buys. There's a potential of buys, but let's just see, guys. Let's just see what the market is presenting. Okay, currently there's a potential of buys if the market is going to come and hit that specific zone there, right? So we're just going to be mainly focusing on this zone, knowing that if the market hits that specific zone, we might actually be looking for our buys, unless if there's other zones as we scale down into smaller time frames. But let's just check, guys. Okay, US30 is currently the one that is sitting more perfect than NAS100. Okay, so I'd advise you to check USD30 instead, because there's actually another trend there. But let's just see, guys. Okay, let's see what Nasdaq is presenting. Okay, so as you all know, guys, I'm more into long-term trades, but I'd actually accept anything that the market is giving me, because there is no bigger trends to actually follow. Okay, but as you can see there, we are currently on a very beautiful zone there. Okay, hopefully the market is gonna get us some confirmations from that zone, and then we can actually take our beautiful buys to our 9% there, because I'm actually seeing a trend. Okay, I'm just identifying those zones right now. Okay, then our current support in this case is just this last lowest point here, and then our current resistance is just that last highest point there. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, we're having a very beautiful high at this specific point. Okay, so now it's just a matter of confirmations. Let's just see what the market is going to do. We're having a very beautiful downtrend at that specific point. We'll scale down into smaller time frames and see if the trend is actually looking valid or not. Okay, beautiful, guys. As you can see, there is actually a very beautiful trend right there. According to me, I'm actually yeah, I trust this trend, guys. Okay, so we'll just scale down into smaller time frames and see if the market is going to respect the direction that we're going for. We also had a very beautiful rejection from this specific zone, and if you check what happened from that market, we actually had some very beautiful buys. up to that specific highest point. So we're rejecting for the second time. Price action is saying that whatever that happened before has means of happening again. So whatever that is going to happen here, we're just expecting some beautiful buys up to our highest point, meaning our entry point is actually on this zone, but we're currently going to just focus on this one since the market is above it. So if the market is going to break this one, we'll wait for the market to hit this one. If the market is not going to respect that one, we'll just look at another zone and see what the market is going to do once it hits that specific zone. Okay, so now the only thing that we're going to be looking for is currently a double bottom. So let's just wait and see if the market is going to give us a double bottom on any of the two zones, and then we're just going to be taking our beautiful buys up to that specific high. Then our stop loss will just be under there. Okay, so let's just wait and see, guys. Okay, so this is just what I am seeing on NAS100. So let's just wait for confirmation. And then, guys, on gold, which is what I've been trading lately, guys, gold has also been moving very, very nice. Actually made close to like 20 something K this month just trading gold, guys, because the other ones we've been holding them since that time, guys, and even now we still want to see what the market is doing. Okay, so on gold, I've been taking some very, very beautiful buys. Actually, not from here. Been taking buys from that specific low, but currently I just feel like it's very hard to actually analyze gold, guys, right? There was another trend where I actually took some very, very beautiful looking buys, which is this one here. Okay, we're just having a very, very beautiful trend at that specific point. Let me just try to get there. Okay, we're just having a very, very beautiful trend from this point to that point. So on gold, I'm always waiting for like those trends and then wait for the market to break, retest, take buys. Also here, break, retest, there was a double bottom somewhere there. Then it just took my beautiful buys up to the highest point. Okay, so I just feel like, yeah, guys, this is what I've been doing since I was not dropping videos, because I just feel like gold, guys, for me it's all about scalp trading gold. And as you all know, I'm more into long-term trades. So every trade that I show you guys on YouTube, it's mostly long-term trades, right? But currently I'm just showing you guys how to actually get those short positions. I just feel like there's not really a short position, but there's not like the ones that we usually catch. We usually catch those long-term trades. So currently we're just gonna be taking these short ones just to just because we can, guys. Okay, but hey, guys, this is just gonna be the end of the video, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can actually get notified once I drop another video, and make sure you join the Telegram group to get my setups before I actually come and present them on YouTube, guys. Okay, thank you guys for watching until this far. Baby, I'm all about